All right, let's get right into it. The internet, the one we're all using right now, was built for people, for us. But what happens when its biggest user is about to become something else entirely? We're going to talk about a brand new company from the ex-CEO of Twitter, Parag Agrawal, that's literally rebuilding the web from scratch. And here's the twist. It's not for you and me. It's for AI. So, to really get why anyone would even try to rebuild the entire internet, you first have to understand this massive shift that's happening under our feet. The web is, for the first time, getting a second user, and this new user might just be way, way bigger than us. And this is the core idea that changes everything. It's the whole reason this company exists. This one single observation suggests that the amount of web traffic from machines isn't just going to grow, it's going to absolutely dwarf all human activity combined. It's a total paradigm shift. And this slide really nails the difference. Think about how we use the web, right? We browse, we click around, we scroll through pages that are designed for our eyeballs. Now, an AI agent, it has a job to do. It's not browsing for fun. It needs to fetch specific data, verify it's legit, mash it up with other info, and then, actually complete a task. Our messy, ad-filled visual web just isn't built for that kind of work. And because of that mismatch, you get this huge problem that I'm sure you've heard about, AI hallucinations. When an AI can't get to live, real-time, verifiable data on the web, it basically gets confused. It can't tell the difference between the old stuff it was trained on and what's true right now. So what does it do? It just confidently makes stuff up. And this quote from Parag Agrawal really drives home why this matters so much. His point is simple. Professionals, whether it's a lawyer, a doctor, a financial analyst, they depend on having the most up-to-date information from the web. A disconnected AI agent is basically useless for any serious work. It needs that same real-time, reliable access that a human expert does. So, if the current web is the problem, what's the solution? Well, this gets us right to the core mission of parallel web systems. They want to create a whole new layer of infrastructure, a kind of parallel web designed from day one, specifically for machines. And they're doing it based on 4 key principles. First, instead of humans clicking and scrolling, AIs will use machine-friendly interfaces to just ask for the result they need. Second, to kill those hallucinations, every single fact comes with proof, evidence, and attribution, so you actually know and trust where it came from. Third, the data isn't a messy web page. It's served up in a structured, actionable way that machines can actually use. And finally, flexible compute means developers can control exactly how deep their AI goes, managing the cost and complexity of the research. Okay, so that all sounds great in theory, but how does it actually perform in the real world? Let's take a look at how this new web for machines stacks up against, well, pretty much everyone else. And the results are kind of wild. There's this benchmark from OpenAI called BrowseComp. It's a test to see how well an AI can navigate the live web to answer really complex questions. Parallel Systems scored a 58% accuracy. Now get this, that's not just better than OpenAI's own next-gen GPT-5 model, it's more than double the accuracy of a human analyst who was given 2 hours to do the same tasks. Now, this is a super important point. Don't think of this as another Google or another search engine. That's not what it is. Think of Parallel as the plumbing, the foundational infrastructure. It's not a product you'll use directly, it's the service that all the other AI apps will be built on top of. It's just like how tons of apps use Stripe for payments or Twilio for messages, and you never even know they're there. But Parallel is trying to solve more than just a technology problem. They're also taking a swing at a huge, growing economic problem that honestly threatens the future of the open web as we know it. Here's the vicious cycle we're in right now. AI companies scrape insane amounts of data from websites to train their models. But the publishers, the people who actually created that content, they don't see any traffic or ad revenue from that. So what's their response? They're throwing up paywalls, locking their content down, which just makes the web less useful and less open for everybody. So Parallel's big, ambitious solution is to create a whole new economy. Imagine an open marketplace where a publisher can basically register their content. And then, every single time an AI agent uses a piece of their data, the publisher gets paid a little bit. It turns this zero-sum fight into a win-win. It creates a brand new revenue stream for creators and gives them a reason to keep their quality content available for machines. And this vision has some serious money behind it. The whole project started out pretty quietly with a $30 million seed round to get things rolling while the company was still in stealth mode.
But by late 2025, that early bet really started to pay off. The team announced a massive $100 million Series A round. I mean, that's a huge signal of confidence from investors that they're onto something big. And that funding round pushed the company's valuation to a whopping $740 million. That's a clear sign that the market believes that building a reliable web for AI isn't just a good idea. It's an incredibly valuable one.
Okay, so you've got the tech, you've got that kind of backing. Where does this all go? Let's look ahead at what the future of just finding information could look like if this parallel web really takes off.
Their roadmap shows this really fascinating evolution. Right now, it's all about read APIs, letting AIs do research. The next step is continuous web monitoring, basically having an agent that watches the web for you 24/7. But the long-term vision, that's where it gets crazy. They're talking about write APIs. This would mean agents can't just read information, they can take action on the web. We're talking updating a database, booking a flight, even making a trade, all autonomously. That's a whole new world.
And that really brings us to the final thought here. For 30 years, we have built the entire internet for human eyes and human brains. But now, a totally new kind of user is here, one that's faster, that's infinitely more scalable, and that operates on a completely different logic. So the question isn't if this change is coming, it's already here. The real question is, are we ready to build the new world it's going to live on?